What's up, everyone? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, and I know you're probably sick of Watch Dogs 2 videos at this point. To be honest, I'm pretty much frankly sick of making them myself, but hopefully this is going to be my last one. There could potentially be one more about a week from now. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I mean, that's next week's problem. We'll see. But anyway, I've been putting off making this video. I kind of didn't want to make it. I've been thinking about it for about a week or so now, and I just saw something on YouTube a few minutes ago that made me just pushed me over the edge to actually make this video. I say push me over the edge. I don't mean in an excessively negative way even. But the reason for this is the video I just watched was the new Watch Dogs 2 PC Nvidia GameWorks trailer. Now, there's several reasons I want to talk about this, okay? Is they've outlined a couple of extra features, a couple of new things that were exclusive to the PC version, and if you have a decent Nvidia GPU, you will be able to take advantage of several of these advanced features. Now, there's a couple of reasons I want to talk about this, okay? So one, the main thing I wanted to talk about, as I originally did even before this video, is when you look at Watch Dogs 2, when it launched on consoles, was in a bad state. Online multiplayer didn't work. Hell, it's only partially rolling out as we speak. So that's a whole other issue. Now, on top of all that, when you couple the problems with Watch Dogs 1 and, okay, bear with me, how broken Ubisoft PC games usually are. Now, if you think a console Ubisoft game is broken, you have no idea. Where if you've played one of these games on launch that was heavily buggy or heavily broken or whatever, if you play them on consoles, the PC version was broken considerably worse to a much higher degree. I'm not using that as a bragging point. It's just Ubisoft seem to... We all know that there's the alleged rumors that little midget fuck Yves Guillermo, who runs Ubisoft, he's allegedly said, fuck PC players, they're just going to pirate it anyway, don't bother about them. So it kind of fits in with all that, and we'll see how it goes, because Watch Dogs 2, when it's been delayed 2 weeks after the console version, so it's out on November 29th on PC, and I'm curious to see how broken it's going to be. Now, it could launch not broken at all. It could be completely well optimized. It could run pretty well. It could have all these advanced features and all. Because they went over a bunch of features in the GameWorks trailer. HBAO+, TXAA shading is in there. They've got some of the ray tracing. There was some other stuff they had in there. A bunch of NVIDIA GameWorks stuff as well. It looked specifically like they had the interactive smoke works like you'd see in Batman Arkham Knight. Now, that brings me to another important topic. Actually, before I get to that, they did mention on launch that they'll have SLI compatibility, which is something I'm very curious about. Not because it doesn't affect me anymore personally. My old 690 obviously used SLI, but I'm using the 1080 Founders Edition. So even if I was to play Watch Dogs 2, which I'm not, it wouldn't affect me. But either way, some of these games launch with multi-GPU support that don't work. So that's a whole potential issue there. One thing I will say is I'm actually pleasantly surprised to hear that Watch Dogs 2 on PC is going to have 4K textures. I'm very happy to see that, because obviously PC hardware being the beast it is with the 10 series, the 1080s and the Pascal Titan X's, it's a very good thing to hear that developers are shipping games with 4K textures. Not just because of the consoles with their, midway between 1080 and 4K, and they're upscaling and all that. But it's good to see the PC developers are actually putting that in. And, there's some of the other stuff in there too. So I want to make sure all that works on day one. If I did mention at the start, there's a potential for another video. The other video is if the game is broken to shit, or if some of the features don't work, whatever. We'll see how it goes post-launch. Again, I have to read up on all this kind of stuff, because I'm not going to be playing Watch Dogs 2 myself, so you get the idea. Now, the last part on this I do want to talk about is, we all know, I realize that there's many games out there that have used these features, and it hasn't been an issue. They've worked properly, they've looked and performed excellently, but I can't help but, be worried for the simple reason is it's using the NVIDIA GameWorks stuff, which isn't a problem within itself. But after what I perceive from the trailer, remember I said that it seemed like they were using some sort of interactive fog and smoke from NVIDIA GameWorks. The last time I can think of places using that to such a significant degree was Batman Arkham Knight. Now, we all know how that went on day one, okay? Or we all know how that went for fucking year one, let alone day one. But, so you have that. Now, I realize it's a different developer, WB, and I won't even call it Rocksteady. It's because, they outsourced. So WB and Iron Galaxy versus Ubisoft and... what is it? It's like one of the internal Ubisoft development teams, I think, that make Watch Dogs. But my point being is that Ubisoft is a developer who have a significant history of broken and shitty PC ports. So when you couple that in with the potential for something to be broken and run even shittier, it has me even more worried. Now, I'm not just shitting on Ubisoft the whole time. I mean, this is fact. I mean, when you look at the Ubisoft games that have released, look at how broken they were. I mean, it's literally fact. So, I mean, you can't go back and... Now, maybe they were fixed, maybe they were patched, whatever. But the whole point of this is that these games launch broken, may have been fixed down the line. And what I'm talking about is the PC version of Watch Dogs 2, which has been delayed 2 weeks after the console version on day one to see how broken it is. If broken at all. So that's what has me really worried about this. And I know I've said it a few times, but it doesn't affect me personally. I will not be playing Watch Dogs 2. But as a PC gamer and just a gamer in general, I'm curious to see how this goes. Because we all know a lot of companies, especially Ubisoft, have a history of doing shoddy PC ports. And a lot of these companies, including Ubisoft, also have a history of doing shoddy release games. Broken games that require heavy patches, a lot of features missing and not working. Look at the online for Watch Dogs 2, for example. Perfect example right there. So you get the idea. I want to see how it goes. If it goes well, you won't see a video from me. If it goes as I unfortunately expect it to go, you probably will have another video from me. We'll see how it goes anyway. Let me know in the comment section below what you think the PC version of Watch Dogs is going to be like. Will it be a broken mess? Will NVIDIA GameWorks stuff cripple it? They have boasted that there's going to be no FPS cap. Is that going to be broken? Is stuff going to be tied to it that they just probably overlooked or didn't account for or don't give a shit about? Is SLI going to work properly? Is some of the NVIDIA stuff, the GameWorks stuff, is that going to work properly? We'll see how it goes. Let me know all that anyway in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter. Details in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the rest of the videos in my channel. Well, hopefully I don't get hacked by that fake ass looking Kanye West main character.